All right, so it looks like to me that good price action is back in business. We took two wins for today. I was looking for another one, but unfortunately I missed it because I was paying attention to two trades that I was currently in. But that's okay. I learned a lesson from that. Definitely a valuable one because I definitely needed it. But anyway, moving right into it. Um, huge Diddy candle to the downside. We had CPI come out. We had Powell speaking, and then we also had Trump speaking, which was going to be super high volume today. So I wasn't really expecting anything crazy, as in a crazy big move after this entire Diddy candle. We ended up having pretty good price action for today. So moving into it, we swept a crazy amount of sell side liquidity. Excuse me, crazy amount of sell side liquidity. Um, as you can see that we swept all of these internal lows right here. We swept this one right here. So me personally, I was looking to go long. All right, so perfectly came in, swept all those lows. Now at this point, what I'm looking for is some kind of move up, and then a fair value gap with a retracement. Sure enough, we have a beautiful 1 minute inverse fair value gap that we retrace back into, and I just took it to a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio because there was really no profit target for it. However, I'll get to that in just a little bit on NQ. And then after that, I ended up seeing another short entry opportunity. I just wanted to take it to this low to sweep it out to then move higher again. So what ended up happening is we made internal buy side liquidity. We swept that. We created an order block and 1 minute fair value gap. We retraced back into both of those. And then we continued lower. I took one contract, or I took half my contracts off right here, and then I was going to close another half right there. But then I realized that we were sitting inside of an order block at this point right here. So what I ended up doing is I switched over to NQ, and I noticed that we started moving up. So I was like, you know what? We're inside of an order block, and NQ's moving up. It's probably my best time to move out of this trade. So I close all my positions exactly at this candle right here. So if you look, this last move down before the move up, this was my final positions, which I closed. Super nice and easy trades. These are all probably about 8 minutes. This was an 8 minute trade, I believe, and this was probably about 5 minutes. Nice and easy trades. Got out of it, de-risked myself. But yeah, super easy. And someone did text me on Discord yesterday asking, what are the best combinations with an order block? So the best combinations I can give to someone while using an order block is literally just a liquidity sweep and a fair value gap. So as you can see right here, we have this as an order block right here. So it's the last move up before the entire move down. Okay. So what do you want to see is a liquidity sweep. So we have this internal liquidity sweep. We swept those highs, we came down, and then we retraced back into a 1 minute and an order block. Okay, so that to me is already a perfect entry that we're going to continue the opposite direction. All right. So the question is, what's the best confluences to combine with an order block? So there you have it, a liquidity sweep and a fair value gap. That's it. Super simple. All right, so moving on to the third trade that I missed, unfortunately. So if you take a look at NQ, we saw a move up, just the same thing, huge Diddy candle to the downside. I believe it was about 200 or 300 points to the downside. All right, we swept a bunch of internal and external sell side liquidity. We made a move up, creating a 10-minute fair value gap, and then we also have this 5 minute order block. So obviously that's another good confirmation, just like we were just talking about, a liquidity sweep, a fair value gap, and then you can combine that with an order block. All right. So in this case, I unfortunately missed this trade, but I 100% would have taken it because I marked this 10-minute fair value gap out. I was like, okay, once we retrace back into it, I'm gonna go long. But unfortunately, I was paying attention to those two IWM trades. So I was unfortunately able to miss out on this trade, but it definitely taught me a valuable lesson. What I'm going to start doing now is making sure that I have um, alerts set. Okay, so I'm going to start setting alerts on. I can't do it on here, but you can set alerts on TradingView. I've done this in the past. I just for some reason wasn't thinking hard enough on this. And unfortunately, I did end up missing this trade. This was a beautiful A plus setup trade. And I was targeting the 75% mark on this entire move down from CPI, which was my ideal take profit point. Unfortunately, like I said, did miss a trade, but it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it. We're just going to continue on with our journey and potentially seeing better price action in the future. Hopefully tomorrow will be even better. So yeah, that's all I really have for you guys. I'll see you guys then.